All right, everybody, get ready. Because today we're going deep on carbon fiber, reinforced polymer.
CFRP?
CFRP, yeah.
I was going to say, or CFRP as the cool kids call it, but you already got there.
Well, got to be cool.
So CFRP, why is this stuff such a big deal?
Well, I think the most fascinating thing about this material is that it's really strong, but it's also incredibly lightweight.
Okay.
So we're talking about something that can outperform steel and aluminum at a fraction of the weight.
Really?
Yeah, think about it. Like airplane wings,
Yeah.
high-performance cars,
Yeah.
even parts for spacecraft are made with this stuff.
So it's like a feather, but super strong.
Yeah, exactly. Like a super strong feather.
But help me understand this.
Sure.
Why is the lightness so important?
Well, it all comes down to efficiency,
Okay.
In industries like aerospace and automotive, every gram counts.
Makes sense.
If you can reduce the weight of something, it means you're going to have better fuel economy, you're going to have increased performance, and you're going to have a lower environmental impact. So basically, CFRP is like the superhero of materials. It's saving the planet one lightweight component at a time.
You could say that, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and the source material that we're looking at today actually compares CFRP to other materials like aluminum alloy steel and titanium alloy.
Yeah.
And when you look at their properties like density-specific strength and specific modulus, CFRP just blows them out of the water.
Okay, so back up for a second. Specific strength and specific modulus. Those are terms that I feel like I should know, but maybe just refresh my memory.
Yeah, sure. No problem. So basically, they're measures of a material's strength and stiffness,
Okay.
but relative to its weight.
Yeah.
So like CFRP has a density of about 1.5 grams per cubic centimeter,
Okay.
while steel is almost 8 grams per cubic centimeter.
Wow, that's a big difference.
Yeah. And when it comes to specific strength, it's a real powerhouse. Imagine lifting something that's incredibly strong but feels almost weightless. That's the magic of CFRP.
Okay, yeah, so no wonder we're seeing this pop up everywhere.
Exactly.
But let's talk about HRC. This company seems to be like at the forefront of all things CFRP, especially in China. What makes them stand out from all the other companies doing this?
Well, I think their success story is really a combination of strategic moves.
Okay.
First, they've poured massive resources into research and development, and this has led to some breakthrough technologies that have given them a real edge.
So they're not just following the trends, they're actually setting them.
Exactly. They're innovating. They're not just, trying to catch up.
Got it.
And then they've also scaled up their production in a big way. So they actually have 7 factories that can pump out a huge volume of CFRP products.
Wow, okay.
This large-scale production capacity, combined with their technological edge, has allowed them to capture something like 80% of the domestic market share in China's automotive sector.
80%.
Wow.
That's like owning the whole enchilada.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So they're doing pretty well. Yeah, they're doing really well, and they're not stopping there. They're already making inroads into the European market and forging partnerships with major players like Fraunhofer ICT, which is a leading research institution in Europe.
Smart. They're teaming up with the best to stay ahead of the game.
Exactly.
But it sounds like it's not just about, size and partnerships. The source material also mentions something about HRC's commitment to sustainability.
Oh, absolutely. They've recognized that the future of CFRP is intertwined with sustainable practices.
Okay.
And so they've made significant investments in carbon fiber recycling, which is not only good for the environment, but also makes sound economic sense.
Okay, I am all ears. Break down the recycling magic for me. How does this work?
Okay. So basically, recycled carbon fiber, or RCF,
Okay.
significantly reduces CO2 emissions compared to producing virgin carbon fiber.
So it's better for the planet.
Exactly. A smaller environmental footprint. And get this, it costs way less to produce.
So win-win for the planet and the bottom line.
Exactly.
I like it.
And they're using this RCF to create affordable CFRP formwork for the construction industry.
Formwork.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is that?
So basically, formwork is like the molds and the supports that you use when you're constructing concrete structures.
Okay.
And traditionally, this has been made from heavier materials like steel or aluminum.
Got it.
But now they're using CFRP formwork, which offers a lighter, stronger, and more sustainable alternative.
Okay.
And because they're using RCF, it's becoming increasingly cost-effective.
So they're kind of shaking things up in the construction industry, too.
Yeah.
Not just CFRP. They're a sustainability powerhouse.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. But before we get to their plans for world domination,
Okay.
there's one little detail I want to unpack here, and that is their partnership with this company called Ingenuity.
Ingenuity. They're a great example of how HRC is really dedicated to pushing the boundaries of CFRP technology.
Okay.
Ingenuity brings decades of experience in composite material design and testing, and they've developed this amazing proprietary simulation software.
Simulation software, what is that?
Yeah, so imagine being able to virtually test and optimize a CFRP part before you even build it.
Yeah.
This software allows HRC to predict how a part will perform under different conditions,
Right.
leading to better designs, fewer prototypes, and ultimately a more efficient and cost-effective development process.
So it's like a virtual crash test dummy for CFRP.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool.
It's next-level stuff.
All right, so it sounds like this partnership is giving HRC a serious competitive edge.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I am hooked. Tell me more about how they are planning to leverage all of this awesomeness to become a global force in the CFRP world.
So you were asking about HRC's plans for world domination before.
Right, global domination might be a little strong, but I am really curious about how they plan to expand their reach. Leverage all their innovations and partnerships. The source material mentions some pretty ambitious growth projections.
Yeah, ambitious might be an understatement. They're projecting some serious revenue growth in the coming years.
Okay, so it's not just hype.
No, it's not just hype. There are some concrete factors that are driving this upward trajectory.
Like what?
Well, first and foremost, the demand for CFRP is just exploding.
Okay.
Like across a multitude of industries. Aerospace, automotive, renewable energy construction,
Yeah.
Everyone is realizing the benefits of using lightweight, high-performance materials.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's like a CFRP gold rush.
Yeah, as these industries are, prioritizing efficiency and sustainability,
Yeah.
it makes sense that they're going to turn to materials like this.
Exactly.
But how is HRC positioning themselves to capitalize on this demand? Are they just going to keep making more and more CFRP?
It's more strategic than that. They're not just scaling up production, they're actually expanding their footprint in key markets. The source material specifically mentioned plans to build new RCF and formwork production lines, both domestically in China and overseas.
So they're thinking globally, acting locally.
Exactly.
Smart.
Right.
But, we talked about those high entry barriers earlier.
Yeah.
How is that going to impact their ability to break into these new markets?
That's where their strategic partnerships come in.
Okay.
Collaborating with institutions like Fraunhofer ICT and companies like Ingenuity gives them access to a wealth of knowledge, expertise, and networks in different regions. It's like having a VIP pass to the global CFRP party.
I like that analogy.
Yeah.
But it's not just about, cozying up to the right people.
Right.
They need to bring something unique to the table.
Absolutely.
Something that sets them apart from the competition.
Yeah, and they do remember their commitment to sustainability.
Yes.
That's a major differentiator. As the world grapples with climate change, industries are increasingly looking for eco-friendly solutions, and HRC's focus on RCF gives them a competitive edge, especially in markets where sustainability is a top priority.
Okay, I'm seeing the bigger picture now. It's not just about they're not just selling CFRP. They're selling a vision of a more sustainable future.
Hey.
Can we get back to those growth projections for a second? The source material mentioned is a specific number, right?
They did. They're aiming for a substantial increase in revenue over the next few years.
Okay. And how are they going to do that?
Well, they're not just focusing on existing applications for CFRP.
Okay.
They're exploring new frontiers. The source highlighted their interest in high-pressure hydrogen storage vessels.
Hydrogen storage.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds kind of interesting, but I'm a little bit fuzzy on the details.
Okay, so as the world transitions away from fossil fuels, hydrogen is emerging as a very promising alternative energy source.
Okay.
But storing hydrogen safely and efficiently is a major challenge.
Gotcha.
That's where CFRP comes in. Its strength and lightweight properties make it an ideal material for creating these high-pressure vessels that can store large quantities of hydrogen.
Oh, okay, so they're basically betting on the future of clean energy.
Yeah, you could say that.
It's a bold move.
It is a bold move, but it's also incredibly forward-thinking.
Yeah, I mean, they're not just, riding the wave of current trend.
Right.
They're anticipating future needs.
Exactly.
And they're positioning themselves to be leaders in emerging markets.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's this combination of innovation, sustainability, and strategic foresight that makes HRC such an exciting company to watch.
I agree. It's pretty inspiring to see a company that's, not afraid to push boundaries, challenge the status quo.
Absolutely.
We focused a lot on HRC's global ambitions, though.
Right.
What about their impact closer to home in China? How are they shaping the CFRP industry there?
Well, their dominance in the Chinese automotive sector is undeniable.
Okay.
They've played a key role in driving the adoption of CFRP in car manufacturing.
Okay.
Making vehicles lighter, more fuel efficient, and ultimately more environmentally friendly.
Yeah.
But their influence extends beyond just the automotive industry.
Okay. Tell me more.
They're also making significant contributions to the aerospace and construction industries in China. Their expertise in CFRP manufacturing and their commitment to RCF have made them really valuable partners for companies looking to adopt more sustainable and high-performance materials.
So they're not just a company. They're kind of like a catalyst for change.
Yeah.
They're driving innovation and sustainability across multiple industries.
Exactly.
That's pretty impressive.
It is. And it's a testament to their vision, their technical expertise, and their ability to forge strong partnerships. But, their story's still being written.
Yeah.
Who knows what other industries they'll disrupt or what groundbreaking innovations they'll unveil in the years to come.
This is getting me excited. I can't wait to see what the future holds for HRC in the world of CFRP.
Yeah.
But before we get too carried away with future predictions, I want to go back to something we touched upon earlier, and that was the challenges of breaking into new markets.
Right.
We talked about those high entry barriers in the carbon fiber composites industry.
Right. It takes significant R&D investment, specialized equipment, a long development cycle to succeed in this space.
And HRC has managed to overcome those challenges.
At least in China.
Yeah, at least in China.
Yeah.
They've built this world-class R&D platform. They've mastered a wide range of molding processes, and they've secured a dominant position in the market. But can they replicate that success on a global scale?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
They certainly have the potential, but it won't be easy. They'll need to adapt to different market dynamics, navigate cultural nuances, and build new partnerships in each region that they target.
It sounds like a daunting task.
It does.
But they've already proven that they're up for a challenge.
Yeah.
Their success in penetrating the European market is a testament to their adaptability and determination.
Absolutely. And their commitment to RCF gives them a unique selling proposition that could resonate with environmentally conscious consumers and businesses around the world.
So while there are undoubtedly hurdles ahead,
Mm-hmm.
HRC seems well equipped to navigate them. Their combination of technical expertise, strategic partnerships, and sustainability focus could very well be the recipe for global success.
I think so too. But let's not forget the role of continuous innovation.
Yeah.
The CFRP industry is constantly evolving with new materials, new manufacturing processes, and new applications emerging all the time. HRC is going to need to stay ahead of the curve if they want to maintain their competitive edge.
Yeah. Complacency is the enemy of progress. But from what we've learned today, HRC doesn't strike me as a company that rests on its laurels.
Not at all.
They seem to have this real hunger for innovation, a drive to push the boundaries of what's possible with CFRP.
I completely agree. Their track record speaks for itself. They've consistently invested in R&D, embraced cutting-edge technologies, and collaborated with leading experts in the field.
Yeah, it's inspiring to see a company that's so committed to pushing the envelope and shaping the future of an entire industry.
It really is. And it makes you wonder, what other groundbreaking innovations will they unveil in the coming years?
Yeah.
What other industries will they disrupt with their lightweight, high-performance materials?
Those are questions we'll have to wait and see the answers to. But one thing is for sure, the future of CFRP is looking bright. And HRC is right at the forefront, leading the charge toward a more sustainable and technologically advanced world.
Beautifully said. And on that note, I think it's time for us to wrap up this deep dive.
Okay.
But before we do, I want to leave our listeners with a final thought to ponder.
Ooh, I love a good cliffhanger. What's on your mind?
Well, we've talked extensively about the incredible properties of CFRP and its growing applications in various industries. But what about its potential in areas that we haven't even considered yet? What untapped possibilities are waiting to be unlocked?
That's a great question. And it's one that I hope our listeners will take some time to ponder. Considering the rapid advancements in material science and the increasing demand for lightweight, high-performance materials, the possibilities really do seem endless.
Precisely. Who knows what game-changing innovations are just around the corner? Maybe one of our listeners will be the one to discover the next revolutionary application for CFRP.
That's an exciting thought. And with that, we have reached the end of our deep dives into the fascinating world of CFRP and the remarkable journey of HRC.
We hope you've enjoyed the ride.
I know I have. It's been a real pleasure learning about this company and this incredible material with you.
Likewise.
And as always, we encourage you to continue exploring this topic and to share any interesting discoveries you make along the way.
Absolutely.
Until next time, keep your minds curious and your thirst for knowledge unquenchable. So we've really gone deep on CFRP and HRC's place in that world.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of ground.
What stands out to you the most?
That's a tough one.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I think what really impresses me is HRC's ability to not only master, the technical aspects of CFRP production,
Right.
but to really weave sustainability into their business model.
Yeah, and they're not just talking about it.
Exactly.
They're really doing it.
They're walking the walk.
And they're showing that sustainability and profitability aren't mutually exclusive.
Right. They can actually reinforce each other.
Yeah. For me, HRC's relentless pursuit of innovation is really remarkable.
Oh, absolutely.
They haven't settled for incremental improvements.
Yeah.
They've really pushed the boundaries of what's possible with CFRP.
Yeah. They're not afraid to try new things.
Yeah, and they've developed cutting-edge technologies, explored all these new applications for this material.
But they haven't done it alone.
Right.
Their strategic partnerships have been key to their success.
Yeah, it shows their understanding that innovation often thrives in a shared ecosystem.
It's a win-win for everyone.
So what do you think is their most significant competitive advantage?
That's a tough one. It's really a combination of factors. Their massive investment in R&D has given them a technological edge. Their large-scale production capacity allows them to meet the growing demand.
Right.
And their strategic partnerships have opened doors to new markets and expertise.
It does seem like more than just the sum of its parts, though.
Right. It's something about their culture and vision that really drives their success.
Their commitment to sustainability, their relentless pursuit of innovation, their global outlook.
Exactly. They're not just playing the game. They're rewriting the rules.
And they're doing it with a real sense of purpose and responsibility.
Right. Absolutely.
It's inspiring.
It is. And it brings us to the end of our deep dive.
Okay.
But before we sign off, I want to leave our listeners with one final thought.
All right, I'm ready.
We've explored CFRP and its applications, but what about its potential in areas we haven't even considered yet?
Yeah, what untapped possibilities are out there?
Exactly. With the rapid advancements in material science and the increasing demand for these types of materials, the possibilities seem endless.
They really do. So who knows what's next for CFRP? Maybe one of our listeners will be the one to discover the next revolutionary application.
I hope so.
And with that, we've reached the end of our deep dives into the fascinating world of CFRP and the remarkable journey of HRC. We hope you enjoyed the ride.
It's been a pleasure.
As always, we encourage you to continue exploring this topic and share any interesting discoveries you make along the way. Until next time, keep your minds curious and your thirst for knowledge unquenchable.